Lightfall is getting closer with each passing day, and with that in mind, I want to tell you what I think are the must-have weapons that you can easily acquire between now and February 28th. 3 very important things to keep in mind, by the way. 1. If the weapon comes from the helm, and many of them do, be sure to make a mental note about that. Remember that Bungie has mentioned in the past, quote, seasonal content will continue to stay throughout the current expansion year and then move to the Destiny content vault when a new expansion launches, meaning all the loot currently at the helm is going to get retired, so act now or forever hold your peace. Thing number 2, many of the weapons I'm covering today are craftable, so even though there's a fair amount of them to go over, remember that once you finish the pattern, getting a good roll should be easy peasy. Thing number 3, weekly red border weapon focusing from all locations at the helm has been officially buffed by Bungie from now until Lightfall. TLDR, instead of only being able to focus a guaranteed deep sight once a week, you can now get a guaranteed deep sight once every day from all the vendors at the helm. I got timestamps below for each weapon, so feel free to make like a Time Lord and jump around through the timeline however you see fit. But real quick, I gotta tell you about Cide Club. They're the sponsor of today's video. Cide Club is an online side-scrolling battle game. Join a cartel that suits you and use your different skills and special weapons to create a battle that no one else can. In this epic fantasy, various contents such as strategic dungeons, towers, raids, and rifts are available for you to obtain equipment like many special and unique costumes such as Dinosaur and Daft Helmet. And on top of that, the game supports 12 languages. Now that's what I call accessibility. Do you like getting creative? Go ahead and turn on God mode and you can make maps, rewards, even monsters. The possibilities are wild. You gotta check out this free-to-play game since it is a side-scroll shooter, so even people who are not good at FPS games can still enjoy. Don't wait, head on over to Steam and add Cide Club to your wishlist today. Alright, back to the content. Starting with the Explosive Personality. EP is a craftable wave frame grenade launcher hailing from Season of the Risen and is available at the war table in the helm. I'll mention it again at another point in today's video, but going on the record by saying wave frame grenade launchers are awesome in PvE. I know the entire loadout system is getting a big shakeup come Lightfall, but you can bet a large pile of money that many of my day 1 raid loadouts are going to feature a wave frame launcher. They're just so painfully effective in PvE, fantastic at clearing large waves of trash, and also dealing good burst damage to chunkier enemies. It's really just because their shots can penetrate large groups by traveling underneath them, as opposed to weapons like shotties or snipers, which can't do that unless they have penetrating rounds, and even then, tricky to do. It's with great pleasure, by the way, that I'm able to tell you that Personality does come with my favorite wave frame launcher perk, auto-loading holster in column 3. If you want, you could go with Feeding Frenzy to have more of a spammy type grenade build where you're just reloading and launching over and over and over. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but auto-loading is kind of the standard set it and forget it loadout, which I really enjoy. In column 4, you got a lot to work with, but my favorite options are One for All or Frenzy if you're into extra damage output, or Unrelenting if you'd rather be a little tankier. The choice is yours, but do not forget to craft one before Lightfall. Next, also from Season of the Risen, is the Peace of Mind. If you're a PvP player, listen up. Peace of Mind is my current old reliable weapon that I go to when I'm not really sure what else to use. It's good on mouse and keyboard for sure, which is what I play most of the time these days, but it's an absolute machine on controller. For real, if you play on the sticks and you haven't gone into PvP with a fully crafted piece, you are 100% missing out. Quick firing, very easy to use, respectable time to kill. Need I say more? In terms of what perks to look for, you have a few options, but in my mind, there's really only about 4 or 5 worth taking. In column 3, go ahead and take your pick between Perpetual Motion and Heating Up. Perpetual is going to be a strong controller play with free stability for playing basically no different than how you normally would. Heating Up is worth a look though for improving both weapon accuracy and stability, but keep in mind it does require a kill to get that benefit. In column 4, Moving Target, Elemental Capacitor, and Harmony are all good plays. Elemental Capacitor would probably be the play if you're pretty much any class except Solar, in which case you should probably go for Moving Target instead for the flat aim assist buff. Harmony, I've actually been toying with more and more. Get a kill with a different weapon, then Harmony gives you a 20% damage buff for a very respectable 7 seconds, 8 if you have Enhanced Harmony. If you're a controller PvP player especially, do not go into Lightfall without a fully crafted Peace of Mind. You can find it at the war table in the helm. Next, the Calus Mini-Tool. The Mini-Tool is a Season of the Haunted Solar SMG, and it is a banging option in PvE. Usually, if I'm about to do any PvE activity where I happen to be playing Solar, the Mini-Tool goes really hard. Excellent perk options on the table, and while there's plenty of perks that could work in column 4, the vast majority of players have landed on Incandescent, essentially a free way to apply a chunk of Scorch to groups of enemies for just using the gun normally, which is terrific for ad clear. Any Solar 3.0 player featuring Scorch or making the room go boom with your fire explosions should consider being paired with a fully crafted Mini-Tool. In column 3, you've got some good options, but most people I know roll with Unrelenting for the ability to pile on free health regen just for shooting and killing trash. Calus Mini-Tool is craftable and is at the Season of the Haunted area in the Helm. Also in that area in the Helm and also craftable, the Austringer hand cannon. I know, we have a comically large amount of top tier hand cannons in PvP these days, but if you ask me, they're kind of like ice cream flavors. Everyone has a favorite, but they're all good in their own unique way. Austringer in particular makes my list for being something very rare. A craftable PvP hand cannon that people actually care about. Sorry, Zauli's Bane. Austringer is IMO a hand cannon that feels great on both M&K and controller, making it pretty flexible no matter how you play. M&K players love it because, well, most hand cannons feel really good on M&K across the board, but controller players are gonna love that very respectable base stability, which can only be improved by options like ricochet rounds in column 2. Perk-wise, you're probably gonna lean into 2 of the following 4 options: Snapshot or Eye of the Storm in column 3, and Rangefinder or Opening Shot in column 4. My personal favorite pairing is Eye of the Storm Rangefinder, but any pairing of the 4 should be a-okay in the hands of an accurate player. With the recent pulse rifle nerf, hand cannon viability in PvP is only going to go up in Lightfall, so craft one now while you can. Next up, also from Season of the Haunted and also craftable at the Helm, the Bump in the Night rocket launcher. Bump in the Night is widely coveted in PvE activities for basically 3 reasons. Reason number 1, it's an aggressive frame launcher, meaning it flat out hits harder than other rocket launchers by default. Reason 2, it has Demolitionists in column 3, making it pair exceptionally well with the classic Starfire Protocol fusion grenade spam DPS build that Warlock players love so much. Finally, reason 3, it has Chill Clip in column 4. Chill Clip allows you to slow targets with 1 rocket hit and freeze with 2. That's important because when targets are frozen and shatter, they take more damage. And I mean also, slowing targets in general is pretty advantageous in PvE. Icing on the cake though, in Lightfall, Chill Clip may allow us to deal with champions way easier. Overload champions will be stunned by being slowed, which Chill Clip does, and unstoppable champions will also be dealt with via being frozen, which again, Chill Clip does. It's very likely that my day 1 Lightfall loadout in general will feature a Bump in the Night fusion grenade warlock. Next up from Season of the Plunder and also craftable at the star chart in the Helm, Tarnished Mettle, the Arc Scout Rifle. Let's not complicate things. There's one reason and one reason only to grab a medal before Lightfall: Volt Shot, a dummy good forehead perk that makes Arc 3.0 builds extremely viable in PvE. After defeating a target, reload and your next shot will apply Jolt. Easy. There's another weapon we'll cover shortly that also is a beast Jolt applier, but it doesn't have one particular advantage of the Medal: range. Being a scout rifle, Medal has the luxury of being able to dish out Jolt from downtown should whatever activity you're engaged in encourage long-range play. In column 3, Demolitionist, 4th time's the charm, Rapid Hit, or even Shoot to Loot are all fine options for PvE. Moving on to Season of the Seraph weapons, why don't we talk about the Ikelos SMG version 3. I like the Ikelos because it's a rare weapon that actually does well in both PvP and PvE. If you're a PvP player, your choice is pretty easy. High range, rangefinder for that bump up to 15 zoom, and your choice between Threat Detector, Dynamic, Perpetual, or Killing Wind. I've always been a fan of Dynamic for SMGs, but other perks work great too. The good news about crafting your own PvP Ikelos roll is that as long as you have high range, pretty much any perk in column 3 is going to do fine. And even though high range SMGs were recently tweaked a bit by Bungie, they're still effective and very easy to use in PvP. On the PvE end for Ikelos, the answer is even easier: Volt Shot. As I just covered with the Tarnished Mettle, Volt Shot is Arc 3.0 easy mode in PvE. Once you get the ball rolling, you have the power to chain lightning half the room by using your weapons no differently than you normally would. Added bonus, in Lightfall, the Volt Shot Ikelos will be able to stun overload champions via the Jolt condition alone. Gun to my head, if I had to pick just one Ikelos to craft, PvP or PvE, I'd probably go PvE, but again, a rock solid weapon in either activity. You can craft the Ikelos at the helm via the exo frame area. Next up, the Retrofit Escapade. Not too long ago, the gun was broken good. After that quickly got tweaked by Bungie, I was planning on writing off the retrofit completely. However, after the recent Lightfall weapon tuning article, retrofit is back on the menu. Machine guns are getting a damage buff in Lightfall, and out of all the ones available at the helm, I'm interested the most in the retrofit, mainly for the combination of 4th times the charm and target lock, a unique damage boosting perk that when activated can climb as high up to 40% extra damage. Incredibly wild, and if machine guns become the new DPS meta in Season 20, you will be omega glad you crafted a god roll retrofit. Next up, we got the somewhat new pulse rifle, Disparity. Pulse rifle viability has been tweaked in PvP, but high damage, hard-hitting rifles still do great in the current meta. If you're a PvP player who enjoys a good medium to medium long range weapon, look no further than Disparity. 4 bullet burst fire means that if you're accurate, you have the ability to 2-tap enemies in PvP with a laughably quick 0.67 second time to kill. Disparity has the ability to roll with a lot of really handy dueling perks, including the no longer a joke, actually kind of viable Head Seeker, which was buffed not too long ago. If you play a lot of 6v6, Kill Clip is also there to turn the gun's punching power up to 11, and all but guaranteeing that you'll probably land that 2-tap after getting at least 1 kill before. In column 3, Moving Target, Heating Up, Rapid Hit, and Eye of the Storm are all great options. Although, gun to my head, I would probably go with Moving Target for the no complication plus 10 to aim assist. Disparity is also craftable, by the way, and available at the exo frame at the helm. Next up, Heritage. This one might be a pain in the ass to farm for, but Bungie did apparently up the deep sight drop rates after realizing they were total cheeks. If you were scratching your head about me completely passing over the pirate-themed shotgun from Season of Plunder at the helm, Heritage is your answer. Heritage has better base stats by far, and if you can manage to not be bored out of your mind when farming, you'll be rewarded with a really good PvP shotgun, high aim assist, and access to threat detector, snapshot, and moving target. The only real drawback to Heritage is that it lacks opening shot, which could have single-handedly made it goated level, but what are you gonna do? If I'm being honest, Bungie probably foresaw that being a huge problem and intentionally denied that perk to our beloved shotgun. Either way, Heritage is still a beast, and if you don't feel like slogging through trials for an opening shot Inquisitor, Heritage is definitely the way to go. You can get a craftable Heritage by farming the Atrax encounter in Deepstone Crypt, which I have an entire guide to linked down in the video description. Next, the Adept Wendigo Heavy Grenade Launcher. Maybe, if my calculations are correct, the Wendigo should be up for grabs in the GM Nightfall rotation on February 21st, 1 week before Lightfall. Mentioned by Bungie in the Lightfall weapon tuning article, grenade launchers are getting a buff in Season 20, meaning the Adept Wendigo could become meta. However, you could simply wait to grab a Wendigo via the Adept Nightfall weapon focusing coming in Season 20. The danger in doing that, though, is that there's a slight chance Wendigo could be meta in the Day 1 Lightfall raid, and if you don't farm a Wendigo in the final week before Lightfall, you would be out of luck in the Day 1 raid, in theory. Your call on that one. Farm it if you're paranoid like me. Down to the final 2 weapons, and the next one is a grenade launcher, Forbearance. Forbearance might be a pain to get, but you can totally lock one up between now and Lightfall, and I highly recommend you do. As mentioned at the very beginning of today's video, waveframe launchers are wildly effective in PvE for having the ability to no effort damage big groups of trash with one button click. While I still think you should pick up explosive personality, Forbearance can roll with things that the EP can't. For one thing, Forbearance is arc and personality is solar, so good reason to have one of both anyway. You can go with the tried and true stats for all, one for all combo if you want. However, Forbearance is literally the only waveframe in the game capable of rolling with chain reaction, a very fun PvE perk for trash clear. Pair together with Unrelenting for easy health regen, or Ambitious Assassin for overcrowding the mag and cutting down on annoying reload times, your call. To get Forbearance, you'll need to farm the Vow of the Disciple raid to either finish the crafting pattern or to just get lucky with a weapon drop. Final weapon on our list today. Kind of a flex pick, but a very important one for Lightfall. Any fusion rifle with chill clip. Why, you wonder? The new PvE champion functionality, that's why. Now that champion stunning is officially being reworked in Lightfall, chill clip fusion rifles, in theory, have the ability to deal with every type of champion in the game. If you're a solar class, any barrier champion can be dealt with, while Radiant, that's easy to activate. As mentioned with the Bump in the Night rocket launcher though, any weapon with chill clip can deal with both overload and unstoppable champions. There's 2 fusion rifles you can grab with very little difficulty that can get you chill chill clip. If you dig PvP, the Riptide drops really frequently as a post-game reward and can roll chill clip in column 4. If you have a lot of rank resets at shacks, you also get higher chances at more perks to drop on the gun. Another easy rifle to target, the Arvindil FR6, a weapon I'm sure I'm not mispronouncing at all. Not only can that fusion rifle get chill clip, but reconstruction in column 3, meaning if you have that combo, it will auto reload over time to over double the magazine capacity. TLDR, if you're not low on ammo, chill clip should almost always be ready to go on that rifle. The FR6 can be focused at the star chart at the helm. If you have a weapon that you think is going to pop off in Lightfall that I didn't mention, do me a favor and drop it down in the comment section. Tell me what and why you think it'll be great. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new, and be sure to ring that notification bell. Much more content on the way with Lightfall approaching. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.